Guys, what is up? In this video, I break down Andrew Tate's dates with Chian Reynolds. I am going to explain 5 very important lessons you need to have at the back of your mind when you communicate with a woman. So make sure you watch till the end.
Very nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi.
You look really nice.
Thank you. Let's do two kisses. 1, 2.
Oh, very nice to meet you. What's
Very
your
nice to
name?
meet you. Andrew Tate. What's your name?
Andrew. Nice to meet you. Chian.
Chian.
Or Chian Reynolds if you're doing this whole series.
Chian Reynolds. We're gonna do official.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice to meet you.
I can tell she thinks she knows things, so I look forward to correcting her. But that's usually how life works.
Finally, see? A man that makes an effort. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah? Okay, where are you from?
I'm American, but I lived in England for a long time. I lived in a very prestigious part of the UK. I don't know if you've ever heard of Luton.
Very
Prestigious.
yeah.
Yeah, #1.
Luton. Okay. Was not expecting that.
So I was in Luton for a while, and now I live in Europe, so I've just come in. Yeah.
Okay, because your accent, it's like really different, isn't it?
It's pretty mixed up. I'm like a street dog, my dear. I've been here, I've been there. Half American, half English, half Luton, half everything else.
A bit of a mix.
Bit of a mix.
That's cool. So how did you get here today?
I flew in this morning.
Flew in. It's different, something different.
Yeah. Jump on the jet.
You flew in on a jet. Who is this guy? So what do you do? That's not a good start.
I'm a shoe salesman. I sell shoes, socks, shoe accessories, polish, etc., etc.
Yeah?
Yeah, I sell shoes. Yeah.
You good at it?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
I'm surviving. Sold 2 pairs of shoes yesterday. Life's good.
Okay, that's good. He's a liar. So tell me a bit about you, Andrew.
I'm not comfortable.
You see how he's not giving her direct answers every time? What do you do for a living? He said he's a shoe salesman and he sold 2 shoes yesterday. He's doing fine. That's obviously not true, right? But the alternative would be to say, I am a multi-millionaire. I have 10 businesses. I make, this amount of money every month. That is straightforward, braggish, and boring, right? And he also doesn't give her brain time to work. It doesn't get her imaginations going. When you say you are a shoe salesman and you just made 2 sales yesterday, but then you flew to the venue of the date in a private jet, that gets her thinking way more than you bragging about the amount of money you have. So
What kind of man are you?
What's the spectrum? I need you to quantify it for me. Who's at the bottom and who's at the top?
For me, I'd just say top, like a high value man.
What would you say constitutes a high value man?
A high value man is someone that is successful financially.
Okay.
I'd say it's someone that's got a lot of integrity and good morals, that is very well respected, is very sure of himself, but also is a very family orientated man. That's, for me, a high value man.
Okay, it's fine. I'm a high value man.
He's very sure of himself. Yeah, so what's a high value man for you?
Pretty much basically what you said. I think a high value man is a capable man. I think capability can be judged in many different ways, and capability is something which varies depending on the situation. You need a man who is capable of doing lots of different things that he doesn't do very often. You need a man who's capable of being violent when the time appears. Of course, you need a man who's capable of making money. You need a man who can kill somebody and hold a baby in the same day. You need a man with a very broad spectrum of qualities and assets and capabilities. And this is actually what the most difficult thing about being a man is. Most people, when I say most people, let me change that. Most females don't respect how difficult it is to become a high value man. Because to become a high value man, you need to have so many different qualities and so many different capabilities. It's a very difficult thing to do. You need to be funny and smart and charismatic and interesting with stories and strong and rich.
yeah, it's true. Like the list is endless. The list is endless. 50 years ago, you could be an average guy and you'd have a tangible number of women who want to settle down with you because you are a competent man. Do you understand? You might not be like super rich, but you're competent. You have a reasonable sum of money. You would have, when I say a good number, I mean a good number. I don't mean one girl. I mean, you would have a good number of girls want to settle down with you. That was 50 years ago. But now you almost have to have everything in check. Your looks have to be in check. Your finances have to be in check. Your confidence, your charisma, everything has to be almost perfect, right? Which is why you see a lot of guys check out of the dating market, complaining about the competition and everything. It is because the competition is realistically very high right now.
With a nice car and a nice apartment. Whereas to be a high value female, you need to be hot. If you're nice, it's a bonus, but it's not even that necessary.
That's it.
If you're a pretty female, even if you're a piece of shit person, you're gonna get messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a good looking man who lives with his mother, you ain't getting any messages.
Not really.
I think so. I think that if you're a good looking man, that's all you have going for you, I don't think you're gonna succeed very well in life. I know there's very, very pretty girls who have nothing else going for them that manage to do very, very well.
Yeah.
Do you play chess?
I'm okay at it.
But if you look at the chessboard, right, the queen gets to jump all over the board and the king has to move one square at a time. And I think that's done very purposefully. If you go to Monaco and you see a yacht and you see a man on that yacht, he had to work his entire life and network his entire life and get up early and deal with stress and tax problems and police problems and work his ass off to buy that boat. What did the girl have to do? The girl who's on that boat, the 19-year-old Ukrainian. She had to get a message on Instagram. Boom. So the man moves one square at a time and the queen just jumps on board. This is the point. Female beauty is extremely valuable.
The thing is, there's a difference between a high-value man and a high-value woman. For me, a high-value woman is what kind of mother is she? What kind of like compassion has she got? You know, has she got integrity? Has she got morals? Is she loyal? Like all these other qualities. But I feel like men base it on like just an aesthetic level.
I agree with you. If I meet a female, I would like...
What she said is very true. Like what you would expect most women to say is a woman who, you know, has a good job but also takes care of her family. But the reality is your job isn't as important. And the fact that she didn't mention a job is a green flag on her end. It really is. She complained about like men being too hooked on the beauty, right? To an extent, that's a problem. But never underrate how important a woman's youth and beauty is to men. Don't like, if you are an attractive woman, right? You are entitled to 2,000 followers on Instagram. Just take good pictures, right? You are entitled. It is your right to have 2,000 followers on Instagram. Dude, I don't care how attractive you are as a man. If anything, it is cringe when you're posting yourself like smiling and posting your abs on IG. It is cringe, if anything. So what she's saying is true in the sense of like not overvaluing beauty and also looking at other things like compassion and everything. But a woman's beauty should not be underrated. It is a very valuable asset for women.
Initially, if you're just pretty, you're gonna get attention. Whereas a man, you need to have a bunch of things to just get attention. Do you understand? Do you agree with my point?
Not always. Listen, there's men that are funny that aren't that attractive that can get attention. It's like an energy thing.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree. I know what you're saying. They can get attention, but I don't think anyone would look at a funny guy who lives with his mom and call him a high-value male. Whereas if you get a really, really beautiful girl, even if she has nothing else going for her, she'd be considered high value.
I wouldn't say high value, no.
Yeah, we can disagree. That's fine. Life at the upper echelons, at the highest echelons of life is absolutely and utterly calculated. Every single man at the top echelon of life is a calculated man. You don't get there by accident.
Okay, so do you want to get to the top?
I'm already at the top echelon of man. And when you're at the top echelon of man, it's a very, very calculated process. You don't get there by accident. Nothing good in life happens on accident. When you say men don't lie because you believe in actions, I'm saying a lot of actions are lies.
Am I a high-value woman in your eyes?
You're very good looking. So I would say, yeah, absolutely. You're beautiful. You seem like you're a good person. You seem intelligent. You're not stupid. So I'd say you're a high-value woman, but your actions dictate that, right? The most important actions a woman can undertake is loyalty. Every man out here knows that disloyalty is the most disgusting thing a female could ever do to her man.
But are you loyal?
Let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing.
But loyalty is loyalty.
No, but they're not the same thing, are they?
Why is it not?
Because men and women are not the same.
We are not the same. You are correct there.
Okay, so we agree.
No, but I'm not agreeing to people being dishonest, cheaters, liars. He's deluded.
Why do you think men and women are different?
We carry children.
Correct.
You know, we nurture, we're, you know, compassionate, emotional beings.
Yep.
Men are very different.
I agree.
However, I don't think it's very fair for men to sit with the opinion that it's acceptable for men to cheat.
I didn't even say that, but I think if we, as intelligent, logical beings, as you are and as I am, if we agree that men and women are not the same, then our paradigms on how we enact in certain regards cannot be seen as the same.
So,
right?
so if I'm with you,
Correct. Yeah.
and I then cheat.
That's disgusting. I can't believe you even said that on YouTube. You see, you just said that on YouTube. I'm sorry to the world. Please don't listen to this.
No, but it happens.
No, it doesn't happen. No,
People cheat.
no. Please don't say this on YouTube. You're going to corrupt the youth. I'm sorry for her. I'll pray for her. These things can't be said. Women can't do that. It's disgusting.
Women can't do that, so it's a double standard.
It's a double standard. But life is full of double standards.
Yeah, but doesn't mean any, like, listen, regardless with your philosophies and everything that you keep
It's not my philosophies.
No, but I'm saying, okay, life is full of double standards.
Correct.
I understand that. But in a relationship,
Correct.
it's a partnership.
Yes.
Right? You and me, we're together.
Since when?
You know what I'm saying. When you're trying to build a partnership and a life with someone.
He did it again. You and me are together. He turned it into a joke. You get? You can't take every single conversation topic as being very serious. I'm not saying you should be unserious the entire time. That would be annoying to the girl. But once in a while, like, lighten up the mood.
When you're trying to build a partnership and a life with someone,
Yeah.
the end goal is you two together.
Agreed.
So why cheat?
I know, I understand where you're coming from. My point is that relationships and life is full of double standards as a whole. A man's gonna pay for everything everywhere you go, right? This is his duty as a man. Do you agree?
No, I do like traditional.
Okay, so you agree. So you're traditional, right? So if you want to talk about traditional, let's talk about tradition. Every single man since the dawn of human time had more than one woman. Every single king, every single emperor, every single sultan, every single conqueror since the dawn of human time had more than one woman. All of them. Every single one. Read a history book. Read the Bible. It's all in there. The Quran, all of it. You want to talk about tradition, it's all there.
What he means is not every man in history, but every high-value man in history. Average men, broke men don't have that luxury. Do you understand? To be able to, have multiple women.
The only reason your mind is different, the only reason you believe differently is because of society. Society's come along and told you something.
Yeah, but society, we can change. Like, the world evolves, things change.
The world evolves, yeah, that's right. Now men cut their dicks off and their chicks. You believe in this shit? You got the vaccine? You believe in any of this crap? It's all a lie.
I feel like life's about choices.
Life is about choices, correct. My point is this. If I had a woman, I would decide not to cheat because I decide. However, I would not see my infidelity as nearly anywhere near even 1% as disgusting as female infidelity, because female infidelity involves emotion. You will not sleep with a man you don't like. I can sleep with a woman I don't like. It's a completely different thing. I can be head over heels in love with a woman, ready to die for her, ready to take a bullet for her, protect her, give her all the money in the world, make sure she has a beautiful family, a nice big house, all of it. And I'll still f that bitch. Watch me. A woman won't do that. So don't lie to me and pretend. No, you won't. Any woman who will sit here and say, I can f dudes and not care about them is fundamentally broken.
This entire phenomenon is not a good thing. It is a real thing. There's a reason why a man would have a woman who is absolutely everything. She's an amazing woman. And he would go and cheat with a random girl who is less attractive than his girlfriend. Worse behaved. She's not loyal. She's not a good person. And he cheats with her. There's a reason. It is because the way a man sees sleeping with another woman is not the same way a woman sees sleeping with another man. Women cannot be head over heels in love with their man and still cheat on him unless she's broken. That's what he's trying to say. Not because cheating is good, but because that's the reality of things.
The reason women can't cheat is because there's no way to ensure paternity if a female's cheating. Modern science in and of itself, just because you can now find out who the dad is, doesn't undo 5,000 years of human evolution in which a female had to be loyal to one man so we knew exactly who the father was. If a man has multiple partners, you know who the mother is, you know who the father is. If a woman has multiple partners, nobody knows who the dad is, nobody wants to look after the kid, and a woman with a child without a father or without a man around in the ancient world was toast.
He talks a lot of nothing.
I would never ever be with a girl who cheats on me, and I would never ever.
You can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Of course I can.
No, you can't. Like, because the thing is, with like, this is just an assumption. I'm assuming, you have a nice life.
Haram.
No,
it's
but
haram.
I'm saying you have a nice life. You live a good lifestyle. Women will just see you as an opportunity.
If I was a dumbass, yeah, correct.
Yeah, but this one said, but your attitude is what keeps a woman also. Like, do you think a high-value woman is going to sit there and tolerate a man condescending and talking to her and being like, we're different and we're this, we're that, because we're not? A woman that knows her worth is not going to tolerate that.
As professionals.
Here's what she's saying. She's saying, right, because they already defined what a high-value woman is from the beginning, right? She is loyal, right? She's attractive. She is well-behaved. She's pleasant to be around, right? A woman like that can say, look, you're awesome, but you can't cheat on me. I'm not going to be here with you. And she leaves. That is absolutely, in fact, that is the most obvious thing that would happen, right? But the difference is, right? The difference is he would obviously have a lot of these women walk out on him. I'm using him, for example. I'm using a man who has everything together, right? Not a normal average guy. A man who has everything together. He would still have these high value, amazing women walk out on him, right? But he's still going to have a shit ton of options. Like, that's the mistake. Like, he would still have a lot more women who decide to stay. But when it is a woman we're talking about, right, she's not going to have that many options in men. A man who is 60 years old, right, never made any money in his life, but has one child, is looked at as a useless man. He's useless. Like, the society basically hates him. But a woman who is 60 years old, never made any money, but has one child, is looked at as a loving mother, right? Do you think it is morally right to do that to a man? To look at him as being absolutely useless and then look at the woman as being perfect or being okay? It is not moral to do that, but it is real. Like, some things are not right, but they are real. I personally would not decide to cheat on my girlfriend, right? The temptation would come. That's what you guys don't get. The temptation would come because as a man, our testosterone levels are insanely high. If you see attractive women, you're going to be tempted, right? I personally would choose not to do it, right? But that does not mean Do you get what I'm saying? That does not mean, right, that most men will do what I'm doing. What I am trying to say is, if you gave 100 women their perfect match in a man, and you gave 100 men their perfect match in a woman, more men would still be tempted to cheat. That is biology right there. More men would be tempted to cheat. And if more men would be tempted to cheat, more men will then cheat. Do you get what I'm saying? Does it mean cheating is good? No. But does it mean that more men would cheat instead of women? Yes, that's the reality.
I don't think that women naturally, intrinsically want to do that. I think that's societal programming. Yeah. I think that women...
No, but I agree. This is what I'm saying to you. Like, there's things that you're saying, like, I don't disagree with certain things you're saying, but going back to my point, it's like by force. Like, it's to prove a point. It's like this power struggle. Like, I personally don't want to sit and sleep with loads of men. I don't care. Like,
good. We're getting somewhere. You see, God, Jesus, I'm getting her. Please, little by little, got 2 hours left. Give me some time, I'll fix it.
No, but if I want to, then I'm going to.
Sorry,
but that's where you need to understand.
Little by little.
No, but genuinely,
No, I get what she's saying. Women don't want to be controlled, quote unquote. They don't want to be policed. But if you say if you want to sleep with 100 men, you can, right? That's true, you can, right? But the consequences don't change. It's kind of like saying I want to date a woman like Rihanna, right? And I am going to date her even though I'm just an average Nigerian man. No, I am not qualified enough to date a woman of that caliber. That's just the reality of things, right? I could sit down here and delude myself and tell myself that, well, I think I'm good enough. I think I'm attractive enough. I think I am successful enough. What I think, right, is not enough to change the reality of things. To an extent, you don't want to be too overt with women, like you're controlling them. You know, like nobody wants to be controlled, not even women, right? Women want to be led. You get the modern woman, right? The only way the modern woman can be led is if she doesn't know she's being led. That's why it's crazy. Right? She still subconsciously wants to be led, but she doesn't want it to be overt. She doesn't want it to be, you can't do this. You get what I'm saying? Which is why when a lot of women hear the word submissive, they get mad, right? Sometimes it's not because they don't want to be submissive. It's because they feel like once you say the word submissive, the man is suddenly going to be controlling them or something like that.
Of males, because males have always been promiscuous. Right?
But there's actually a lot of men that are like good loyal men, just so you know.
Do you think so?
Absolutely. I know very good men.
Would you deem them high value men?
Oh, absolutely. Successful, everything that I listed earlier, 100%.
And they don't cheat, right?
Yeah.
Let me explain something. I think this is the perfect time to explain the difference between a good man and a man who is good at being a man. Check this out, right? On a very ideal note, the perfect man is a man who is good at being a man, but also a good man. That's the perfect man, right? He is confident, he's successful, he's attractive, he's tall, but then he's also faithful to one woman. That's jackpot for women. Do you understand? That's best case scenario. But below that, what we have now is we have men who are good at being men, and then we have good men. A good man is a man who goes to church, right? He goes to church or the mosque. You know, he's religious, right? He knows what is good and bad. He knows he's nice to his girlfriend. You know, he takes her out on dates with the little money he makes, because he's not rich, he's not successful, doesn't have that kind of money. But the little money he makes, he spends it all on his girl, right? He spends it all on his girl. Whenever she's sad, he buys her flowers and he tries to make her feel happy. He's the good, positive man, right? But the reality is, a good man, right, is not as attractive as a man who is good at being a man. Being good at being a man does not require you to be a good man. So that's where the conflict comes in. Do you understand? Most women would go for men who are good at being men, in the sense that they are competent in what they do. They are successful men. They are making waves in their industry, right? They have good leadership. Do you understand? They are charismatic. They are fun to be around. They can give you like the most flexible lifestyle as a woman, right? Now, he might not be the most good man, in the sense that he might have done some illegal shit in the past. Do you get? He might have anger issues. Do you get? He might cheat on you once in a while. So he's not a good moral man. But the point is, more women would prefer to be with a man like that than a man who is just good, but then he's broke, he's not very confident, he's feminine. Do you get what I'm saying? So what she's trying to paint is a man who is extremely successful, but also a moral man, you know, who doesn't cheat. And in as much as that is a very amazing man, how many of them exist? Because Someone like me, I'm an average dude. It's very easy for me to say, me and my girlfriend are going to be faithful to each other and I love her and she loves me. That's awesome, right? But the only way you can know who I truly am is when you give me all the power in the world. When I become the most high value man ever, that is when you will know if I am truly a good man, right? As well as me being good at being a man. I know I'm saying like so many words, but I'm trying to like paint a very clear picture. So what she's saying, right, is not bad. She's right. Every woman should want a man who is both a good man and good at being a man. That's very good. That's very normal. But the reality is, at some point, you're going to have to make some type of sacrifice. If you want a very good man, you might have to lower your standards a little bit. You might not be looking for guys like Chris Brown or guys like Wizkid. Do you understand? If you want a very good man, you might have to lower your standards a little bit. He's not going to be the richest. He's not going to be the most successful. So that's the give or take with this thing.
Because maybe your perception of what a high value woman is warped. Because I'm a high value woman, I make my own money, I possess all the qualities that I listed earlier, right? I believe I'm not gonna be with a man that's gonna cheat. I'm not gonna look at a man like Chris Brown and be like, oh my God, like he's loyal. You see it as face value, you know he's a cheat, and maybe he'd just be a one-night guy. Cool. Just like you men do it to
women. Would you sleep with him for one night?
I don't think I would.
I hope not, because that would not make you a high value woman.
No, this is what I'm saying, because it's like, when you hold yourself in high regard, you don't need to do those things. So the kind of caliber of women that go for men like that and these opportunities don't have that much self-worth, because it's what you're going to go with a man that's only deep.
Exactly, dude. Like, in as much as men want to fall in love and everything, it is more of a numbers game. So what she's saying right now is true. Is very true. A woman who has self-respect is not going to stay, right? But many others will. So many others will, to the point that the one or two who left is probably not going to, like, the man right now is probably not even going to notice. Life is not this beautiful, peachy, rainbow story. If it was, right, then everybody would be accepted for who they are, right? An ugly woman would be loved as much as an attractive woman. A broke man would be loved as much as, a successful man. But that is not true. The only reason why she brought Andrew Tate to this show, right, is because of the kind of man he is, in the sense that he is good at being a man. She did not bring him on this show because she heard that there's this very righteous dude in this village in Nigeria, and he has the clout, he has the money, he has the success. The virtue of him being good at being a man was enough for her to bring him on the show. Fresh and Fit, they don't go and look for high caliber women to get on the show. They just bring women. Why? Because it doesn't matter how successful you are as a woman, just be female and be attractive, and that's enough. That's just what it is. Do you think there's any female show, like female podcast, where they bring random dudes to come and talk? Do you really think so? They just bring random good men? No! They bring successful men who are good at being men. My point is, right, she's trying to make this whole thing a moral situation, but it isn't. Okay, let's use her for example. Let's say she's single and she has 100 DMs, right? Do you think it is moral to only reply the men who are verified on Instagram? How do you know they are good men? No, that is you judging them based on something extremely superficial, right? Life in general is not this beautiful rainbow story, right? There are realities that are not fair and that are immoral. This is one of them.
When you generalize about women, don't do that, because there are many high-value women
who would refuse him,
that will not tolerate that.
Completely. I'm not saying that. My point is, you completely misunderstand me. I'm saying at a certain point, females aren't even interested in loyalty. Do you think all the girls with Dan Bilzerian think he's loyal? I'm not saying every girl will go with him. I'm saying there are certain girls at a certain level of male achievement who are not interested in loyalty.
But is that attractive? Like, for me personally, that's not attractive, to sit there and see a man that thinks it's cool to have loads of women around him, be like, oh my God, they're bitches, this is that, I have all this money. That doesn't impress me. That doesn't impress a lot of women. It's about raising a family. It's about unity and stuff. I agree. But everything that you were saying, it's not that.
I'm talking about all these celebrities, XYZ, at a high enough value, when they have options, they will explore them. That's what I'm saying. And I'm also saying that if a man did decide to explore his options, it would not be as disgusting as if a female decided to explore options.
Okay, wouldn't it just be disgusting then?
No. It's different if a woman does it. It's different if a woman does it. Everyone watching this knows it's different if a woman cheats. It's different.
Honestly, men with these sexist views, like, it's so outdated. What kind of relationship do you have with your mother?
A good one.
A good one?
Yeah, I take care of her. And
Sexist. Life is sexist. The mere fact that a man of equal age with a woman, a 25-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman, on average would fight, and the man is just going to beat her just based on the fact that he's a man, is sexist already. The fact that if a car crash happens, right, and you need to rescue the victims, you would want to rescue women and children first, is sexist. But it's not wrong. Double standards that are based on reality are good. Saving a woman and a child before a man is based on the reality that a man can endure more pain. That is a good double standard. Most of these double standards that are based on reality are good. They are good. Even as bad as cheating is, right, a man cheating and a woman cheating being different is based on reality as well. It is, and I think you already explained it.